What up, Dokkaners? Welcome. You know what? I'm not doing this again. Look, let me just tell you right now. I recorded a video. Literally, after I finished the video, I go back on Twitter. 10 more pieces of news drops, making the video that I just recorded effectively useless. So I'm doing this for the second time. I'm going to be a little more short and a little more direct, all right? So let's just jump in. Free-to-play Gotenks, EZA, it's happening. I'm very happy. Halloween EZAs are actually a thing now. And he is bumping up from a key plus 350% for fusions to key plus 377%. This makes the Fusion Super Battle Road scene for free-to-play a little bit more achievable. I don't know if it's totally guaranteed, but I've been trying to do free-to-play Super Battle Road for fusions for a while. Stop for a little bit just because they don't have much defense. It's kind of difficult. This might turn the tides for us because we get that extra 27% boost. So this could potentially add some interesting runs on that category. But let's move on. So that is his leader skill. He also gains the key plus 350% sub lead for int, which is awesome. And then his attack basically stays the same, but the multiplier changes. So instead of raising attack and defense for one turn, he greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. Everything else is the same. He'll still cause supreme damage, and he'll still have a high chance to stun the enemy, but now he greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, making the additional build even more crucial. You need to make sure to put additionals on this guy, because with the greatly raising of attack and defense for one turn, on top of his stellar new multiplier on the nuking part of his passive, he's going to do a lot of damage. And if you can get a second one in there, he's going to be really, really good. Let me actually pull up the Gotenks on my phone. I actually had him before. I recorded the video, so everything was set a certain way, and now I have to go back and like reshuffle everything. It's kind of annoying. So if I'm a little scatterbrained, it's just because I'm going through a time loop. You guys are only seeing the time loop for the first time. I'm going through this a second time. I'm having deja vu. So here's the Gotenks for free-to-play global. We don't have the EZA yet. Actually, wait, JP doesn't either. We're both going to be getting it at the same time for Halloween. So the 50 is going to go up to 77, greatly raising attack and defense for one turn. Everything else is the same. And then for his passive, instead of 777, he's going to heal 9999. So instead of 8,000 health, he's going to gain 10,000 health, which is awesome, per key sphere obtained. Also, he will still gain the attack and defense of 30% with each key sphere obtained. But what sucks is that since this guy doesn't have much of a passive to begin with as far as like a base stat line, you are basically depending on his additionals and picking up like 4 or 5 of those rainbow key spheres to really give him enough stats to cushion the blow if you were to get hit by somebody on Super Battle Road or Legendary Goku event or something like that. So he's kind of a risk-reward type unit because he can heal you, he can stun, he can makeshift stack for you, but it's temporary and it's very risky. With this upgrade, when he's greatly raising attack and defense for one turn, you could do that twice. And then on top of that, you will gain the attack and defense of the rainbow key spheres at 30%. You can only pick up like 5 or 6 at most. But now they are adding a new little wrinkle into the passive in which you can also get 7% attack and defense for non-rainbow key spheres. So when you're picking up a stream of rainbow key spheres, and let's say you have one red in there, then all the res that are adjacent to the rainbow key spheres will also burst. That's the official term. When that happens, you're also going to gain attack and defense plus 7% for each of those bursts that you have as well. So that vastly improves this guy's attack and defense potential and makes him a lot more consistent and a lot more reliable when you're doing certain risky events like long form SBR or Legendary Goku event and things like that. So he is going to be very, very good. As far as the as far as the build, because he's now getting the greatly raising of attack and defense, I might want to consider changing this up. I'm gonna call an audible on this video. Up till now, I gave him 11 dodge just because he can do all the work in the world, get 2 super attacks, pick up all the rainbow key spheres. He still won't have a lot of attack and defense at the end of the day. But with this multiplier now, he could probably tank more hits than I would expect. So having this little safety net being the dodge may not be totally necessary. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to switch 6 of these into crit so that if I could potentially get a critical hit after 1 or 2 supers on this guy, he has a potential to do a lot of damage on top of the high chance to stun. So my official build now for this guy is going to be 15, 6, 5. 5 because you have to have 5 in your dodge, which sucks. 15 on the additional because that is the maximum you could possibly put on the int unit for additional. He needs additional. He needs it, he needs it, he needs it, he needs it. So that is my official opinion on the Gotenks. Now, the next unit that also gets the EZA treatment is the Candy Vegito. This guy was also one of my favorite free-to-play units at the time. He does the attack and defense plus 10% per key sphere obtained for anyone on the team. You never use this guy as a lead. Now with this EZA, that 10 becomes a 20, so he basically doubles his leader skill effectiveness. He raises attack and defense, causes supreme damage with a medium chance to stun. With the EZA, that medium chance becomes a high chance. Everything else is the same. And then for his passive essentially stays the same as well. He still has a 70% chance to dodge. Attack and defense plus 10% per tech key sphere obtained. That now bumps up to 20. And then he still gains the defense plus 10% per non-tech key spheres. And he also recovers with Candy. I don't believe there's anything else to be added here. Yeah, everything else is the same. So the only changes is that he gains the higher probability to stun, and he gets twice as powerful with each tech key sphere that you pick up. This guy permanently stacks. He has a chance to stun, now a high chance to stun. And he also has a nuking passive, which makes for a very, very powerful ally on long-form events. Again, I cannot wait to try these units on these new events. I mean, not new events, but these older events, but with their new look, because they're going to be a lot more reliable and a lot more destructive. This guy was a liability on the Legendary Goku event on the final round because you couldn't dodge, and his stacking is very slow compared to other units, especially since he's free-to-play and he's very basic. So the rate at which he would progress is very slow, and it's still going to remain slow, but now that he has double the nuking effectiveness of those orb pickups, he actually might be able to stand a chance against the UI on equal footing. Maybe. I don't know. Haven't tested it out yet, but we'll see. So that is it for the EZAs for the 2 free-to-play units. Now, this is effectively where I ended recording the video. I was done talking about the video. I even mentioned some Turles stuff in there. And then as soon as I ended it and I was uploading it to YouTube... actually, wait, is it uploading? I gotta go see... I'm not even sure. My video might be uploading right now as we speak, the obsolete one. But as soon as I finished, I found out there's a whole lot more stuff going on. But before we talk about all that, let's take a look at the Turles. So the LR Turles is now going to be a thing, randomly showing up on JP. I'm mentioning this just because, you know, this is an update video. I might as well talk about it. So global players, this is not for you necessarily, not right now. But, you know, it's nice to know, right? So Turles, you know, you guys know I have history with Turles, a meme history of sorts. Terrifying Conquerors, key +4, 130% across the board. Extreme STR type, key +4, 100% across the board. This is a typo. Goresh confirms it. 12 key Calamity Blaster. He has a medium chance to stun while causing Colossal. Crusher Genocide, raised attack for 1 turn. Causes Mega Colossal with a high chance to stun. Totally within Turles' nature as a unit. He stuns, that's what he does. He also provides some nice stat support for everybody, and key support. He has a basic passive of attack and defense +130. Then Terrifying Conqueror, category allies, key +3, 130. No, not 130. Whew. Can you imagine if any support unit had a 130% boost? Oof. 30% for attack and defense. Key +6, and attacks effective against all types when attacking an enemy in the stun status. So basically what this means is you want to go for additional. If you go for additional, then after you stun the first time, you can attack the second time with that key +6, which could theoretically boost your attack into an ultra super, if I'm not mistaken. So if you... I don't know if this is true, you guys can let me know in the comments, but if you attack, like, let's say with a 13 key super, that means you're attacking with a regular super attack. But if you get that key +6 after you stun the opponent and then you go again, that 6 would add to the 13, giving you 19 key, which could transform your next attack into an ultra super. If that is indeed how it works, this would probably be the first of its kind that could do something like that, because typically when you use an additional, your additional becomes your regular super, not your ultra super. For example, the Tech LR Cell, I'm actually going to pull this up and show you on the spot. The Tech LR Cell is one of those units that I'm actually very fond of, because when you give him maximum additional, he has the potential to do some pretty cool things. So let me find him. Androids and LR Cell right here. So this guy, he causes mega colossal damage, lowers attack and defense. He gains, he performs a critical hit. Let's see, plus additional, and if the target is in attack down status, performs a critical hit. So what happens is you use the ultra super first, you nerf the enemy's attack and defense. When you get that additional, you don't use another ultra super, you use a regular super, which causes a critical hit, which is cool. So I built him for max additional. So with this guy, if you give him max additional, you actually have the potential, I believe in theory, you guys can let me know, but in theory, your additional could potentially become an ultra super when your first attack was a super, which is very interesting. And then his active skill, Fruit of the Loom, able to be used when 60% or below, or 8 turns have passed. Oh god, 8 turns, jeez. Max of 2 times though, that's cool. Oh, he gains key +24. He doesn't heal at all. So this guy's not going to be healing. He's just going to be gaining the 24 key. Oh, and I didn't read the rest of this. Attacks effective against all types and high chance of performing additional super attack when key is 24. So I feel like the second part of this passive has to do with the active skill. So the active skill will max your key, and then you'll do pretty much guaranteed an additional attack. And then if you already have more additionals on your build, you maybe have a chance to get a third one. So this unit has the opportunity to be very destructive. Brutal beatdown, big bad dude, stop it. Big bad bosses, legendary power destroy. This is okay. This guy's gonna be strong. And he's got very limited categories, which makes sense. Turles doesn't really fit in anywhere. He's not even in Pure Saiyans anymore because it's him and the gang. Actually, we should check the DBZ Space because all the information is in now. So if the Turles army is the LR, then that means his TUR is up for grabs. You can use his TUR. Let's see what this guy does. Causes supreme damage with a medium chance to stun. Okay. Attack and defense plus 100%. Key plus 2 for all allies in Terrifying Conquerors. Attack and defense 20%. Key plus 3. Oh, right, for the Terrifying Conquerors. If the attacking opponent is stunned, attack with outstanding effect. I believe that means attack with a critical hit or just gain an additional attack. So this is already this is another LR that works with his TUR. So if you're a rainbow, I mean not a rainbow. If you're a whale out there, look out. You got a couple Turleses to summon on. I'm not even worried about this guy. When he eventually shows up on global, I'll rainbow him before even realizing I rainbowed him. Turleses will not stop haunting me. Now, speaking of haunting, Halloween, we talked about this in a previous video. Grandpa Gohan and Pan. This is the new unit that's going to be dropping for the Halloween event. And I never, I'm not one that I don't really pay attention to the story in Dokkan, but somebody in my comments on that video mentioned that these units are actually more like what if scenarios, which is cool. So I guess this was another what if, like what if Pan met Grandpa Gohan? I still like it because it's pretty cool. But this is a Kamehameha Key plus 3, 50% across the board lead. A sub-lead in terms of free-to-play standards. Raises defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. And then the passive. Attack plus 80% when super attack is performed. I'm reading this on the fly and translating it. Attack plus 80% with... Wait, another attack plus 80? So attack plus 80 when special move is activated. So that's the attack. Attack plus 80 with super high probability and defense plus 20 up and maximum of 80 every time special move is activated, and Goku who is participating in the attack besides himself when God, the translations are garbage. Google, you suck. Okay, so attack plus 80 and then attack plus 80 again and a high chance with okay, I get it. So the defense will stack regularly, but the attack plus 80, the extra one, has a high chance of activating. So they could potentially get 160% attack during a super. And then you gain the defense plus 20 each time up to 4 times when Goku is attacking in the same turn. When there's an ally in the genealogy category, so Goku's family, your own energy, you gain Ki plus 2, and you also gain attack and defense plus 40%. And you recover with Candy. Recovering with Candy is an innate trait for all Halloween units, so that makes sense. So there you go. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. If it was a nightmare to understand, I apologize. I was basically live reading. This is the new part. I didn't record this on the previous video, so I wasn't prepped for this. But hopefully that makes sense. But by the time I post this, it should probably already be up on Twitter. I'll just add it in the pinned comment or something. So that is the information on the TUR for the Pan and Grandpa Gohan. I don't really need to go over the SSRs for either Turles or Pan. But there are a few more things here. So this is the Grandpa Gohan. You may have had this unit on free-to-play World Tournament summons. If you have, you now have the opportunity to get his Awakening. But this is for JP, so I'm not going to go over this stuff right now. But this is a JP unit. This is getting its TUR. Chi-Chi's also getting its TUR for the World Tournament. I love how they're getting yet another World Tournament, and we still haven't had one since the 5-year, or before the 5-year, so that's cool. They're also getting this this Gohan right after Piccolo leaves him to, kind of go fend for himself and learn how everything works. So, yeah. JP's getting a whole bunch of cool stuff. Let me see if there's anything else to talk about. I'm really scatterbrained. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's play the animations for you. So here's the Turles one, and there's no audio. There we go. Fruit of the Loom! So here's my quick thoughts on this one. I'm not the biggest fan of this animation in terms of like it ranking among the best. It's really not. I have nothing against it. You know, it's a cool animation. It's different. I just don't feel like it's top tier because it seems a little choppy. It seems a little janky, and I don't know. It just seems like this is one of those animations that's better suited for double speed because it seems very slow and the wind up is very awkward. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. A lot of people have been memeing me. This is just because, you know, I hate Turles because I keep pulling him, but I'm not memeing. I swear, I'm being objective. In my personal opinion, unbiased opinion, the animation is weird. It doesn't have to be a home run every single time. Not every animation is going to be like the STRUI Goku. It's not going to happen. But this one's just not among the best. I think they're trying something new, you know, preserving assets or I don't know what. But it's not their best work. But you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. And aside from that, I don't think there's anything else other than checking out the animations for the World Tournament units. I'm really not going to emphasize this stuff too much. In fact, I'm actually going to turn off the audio. It's really not that important. So it's a Kamehameha. Chi-Chi, when she does her attack, it's going to have a little bit better animation. She's going to jump. She's going to kick. Boom. Right? Is it a kick? No, it's a punch. There's the punch. She does the Ganondorf down A. Okay, cool. And then here's the Gohan. This actually looks... Wait. Oh, never mind. It's okay. It's okay. It's a cute little free-to-play attempt. And then here is the Pan. All right, the Pan and the Gohan. Actually, we should listen to this one. Wait, is that it? Oh, that was the basic one. This is the TUR. Okay. Oh, it's the same thing! Why would you play this a second time, dude? Bro. It's the same thing. Alright, Turles' animation's also the same. Yeah, Turles' animation's the same. That's that in Turles. That was literally in Turles. Shout out to DBZWorld for that, for repeating the same animations. Great. That's pretty much it. Now, I know I seem a little irritated. I'm really not. I recorded a video, and then literally as soon as I finished the video, I realized the video was useless. So I had to jump back, cram everything in while adding some new stuff. But there you go, folks. Global, be aware of some stuff, and then also take a look at some of the things that JP's getting. Still no sign of a World Tournament for us, I guess. I mean, we don't have a part 2 for Gohan, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.